Welcome back. We've had an interesting time talking about chess. We've spoken about basketball. And as is typical on this show, we've got to cover all three aspects. Now we're going bodyboarding. So we're going to touch on a bit of water, just because we can. Evening, Mr. Angus and Mr. Wilder.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. Bodyboarding, I don't know anything about bodyboarding, to be quite honest. Tell me, what is bodyboarding?
Well, basically, it's the sort of font name is boogie boarding.
Okay.
That's a sort of generic term, but it's really a sport in its own. It's grown hugely over the past while. The international participation is actually great, and it's growing tremendously here in the Western Cape as well, and in South Africa.
So effectively, all those years where I had a little board that I bought at the supermarket, and I mean, they go play on the waves, that's what you guys do, Wilder?
It's definitely not what we do. It's where we start, I suppose. Everyone starts at ground level.
Yep.
And then essentially we grow from taking those half a meter whitewaters to big waves out kilometers in the ocean, potentially. Not always. It can be 5 meters from the shore. It can be, like I said, a kilometer out to sea. Waves can be from anywhere from 1 foot to some guys are riding waves 15, 20 foot now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Angus, so it's a bit almost like a surfing to a point, but what's the difference between surfing and bodyboarding?
Well, the surfing you're standing up, and bodyboarding you're lying down. And you basically, with bodyboarding, you're holding onto the board so you can get greater projection.
Okay.
And the idea is when you're coming down the face of the wave, at the critical point you go up and you try and bust as much air as you can and do various moves. You'll see in the clip a little bit later. And the height you get out the water and the technicality of the move is actually what scores you the points.
Oh, so it's a whole point system. It's not just for fun.
There are competitions. Lots of guys do it just for free surfing. That's what it's called, just for fun. There's a series of competitions. There's provincial trials, and there is a national circuit. The national circuit I think it's 4 events, between 4 and 5 events that they have all over South Africa. There's one in Cape Town, one in the West Coast in Lambert's Bay. There's one in Plettenberg called the Wedge Classic. There's the Margate Classic, which is the south coast of Durban. And then there's one in Port Alfred now. So there's 5 events. You take part in as many of the events as possible, and you score points at the event depending on how well you do. Okay.
Angus, do you have clubs, or is it just whoever will come to Surfers Corner, let's go bodyboarding, let's have fun?
Well, that is it as well, but we haven't got clubs going as such, but we've got a big schools league. We've really focused on that, so that's almost like a club as well, although it's done on the basis every second week in the winter terms. They do have schools league bodyboarding.
Sorry? In the winter league?
In the winter.
Nooit.
Second, well, that's when the waves are big. You see, the summer the waves are small, so this is very much a winter sport because that's when the waves get really big.
I don't want to do the sport. It's too cold to get in the water.
We'll get you down there. That's part of the deal. You know, you're coming down. We're going to get you into a board in June when my son's out. He'll put you into a board and give you a free session.
The water's not going to gel nicely with my hair, guys. So work with me. But do I need a wetsuit for this experience, or do you just come in a long? What do they call it?
Definitely need a wetsuit.
You definitely need a wetsuit.
That's what I'm checking. I mean, it's a winter sport.
No, we definitely need a wetsuit for it. But the winter term is when we run the schools league, and we have every second week we have a north and a south league, you know, the west coast and basically the south coast.
Okay, so how do people find out about this league system? Is there a website? Who do they contact? How do we know? How do parents out there know that there's something happening on Saturday at Surfers Corner? Okay, they go onto the onto Facebook, and the Western Province Bodyboarding is where how you reach us. You can inbox us or leave a message or comment. Most schools are participating, larger schools, and they obviously have teams going so people can get involved that way. I mean, one seems to tend to think that it's just a sport out for hippies, like how's it brew, let's go and surf. Is that the general perception, or is it changing?
It's changing a lot, because to get anywhere in the sport you've got to do it intensely. You've got to surf every single day. You've got to do a lot of fitness training, and it isn't a sort of, you can't just casually go down and surf on a Saturday if you're in a competition, because the paddle out, you've got 20 minutes to get your wave done. So you've got to be very fit. So it's not a sort of a house at brew anymore. concrete sport.
Yeah, I mean, let's just look at one of the clips you sent through, and let's have a look and see. I mean, that looks quite intense what these guys are doing out there on that wave. I mean, that's not that oak look like it's about to fall.
That's a drop knee stance. While you can.
That's a drop knee stance. There's two forms of bodyboarding, which is prone and drop knee. Prone is a normal stance everyone knows. Yep. You're lying down holding a board. Drop knee is when you get up onto which is close to surfing. You get up onto one knee, kind of like you're about to propose, that kind of position.
Nice way of describing it.
Yeah. So you get up on your board like that, and you ride the wave, do a series of turns, and ride.
Okay, let's grab the board, and let's have a practical demonstration on the table, Wilder.
Okay.
So tell us quickly. I mean, this is what the board looks like.
Okay.
What's the significance of I see there's two different types of surfaces. Yep. Just give us a bird's overview quickly.
Okay, this is a bodyboard.
Yep.
The front end here is the nose, back piece is the tail.
Yep.
You've got your two rails,
yep,
which is the side of the board. The top of the board is called your deck. Mm-hmm. The bottom half is your slick, mm-hmm, slightly stiffer material.
Yep.
Just to keep it in control. We have contours,
yep,
which just help with it, makes it more functional. Mm-hmm. So it's easier to hold on to, not like straight edges. It's just it's not necessary. Yep. It's just for personal preference. Keep your elbows and your hands. So that's the bodyboard basically.
Okay.
And that's the outside. The inside you have a core, which you get. There's two main types of cores, mm-hmm, called polypropylene and polyethylene. Polyethylene is a slightly less dense core,
okay,
so that gives it more flex.
Yep.
And polypropylene is a stiffer core for more control and speed. There's also a stringer. Sorry, that's the last thing. You get a stringer that runs down just for that bit of stiffness to keep it in.
What is this thing for, Angus? Why would you? What is this?
That's to hold your leash on, to hold on to your board.
So if you fall, you can.
You won't lose it, Josh. Okay. So it goes onto your wrist usually.
Yeah. Okay, and then you hold the board in this position here somehow.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. If you go in that way on a wave, you put your right hand on the nose, and your left hand to pull your rail up, and then vice versa for the other way. So it's just depending which way you're turning.
Thanks for the tutorial. Now I know what to expect.
Exactly. your invite is in the post.
But it's quite interesting that it's quite smooth on the other side. That's obviously to give you better propulsion on the water.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. It's a bit small for my body, but yeah, I suppose it can work, eh?
Dead right. You're about the same height as well, so you'll be fine on that one.
I'm twice his weight. That's the problem. So the weight is not a factor.
The weight's not really a factor.
Okay.
It's the height.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get different sizes, different lengths.
Yep.
For different heights and weights.
Okay.
So there's a board for everyone.
Okay. So the length is based on your individual height, so you get different lengths. Okay. Whew, I'm tired just thinking about it. Guys, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll watch the clip and see what bodyboarding is really about. See you in a bit. Welcome back. We're talking bodyboarding. We've had chess. We've had basketball. We're now playing it with some water and a little small little foam little board. Wilder thinks it's funny because it's a foam board, I think. But it's what saves him from a little bit of tummy crash.
Yeah. No, it's definitely more than just a piece of foam. It's kind of like a lifesaver at times, I suppose. But in essence, it's a wave riding vehicle.
What does a board like that cost?
Boards like this range from, say, just over 1,500.
What?
This is for good boards though. And then, but they range for the top end boards. You can go just over 3,000.
No way.
Well, thinking of this, it's half the price of a surfboard and twice as much fun.
I guess so. So Angus, we're going to look at a clip of exactly what bodyboarding is about. Give us a bird's eye view in 10 seconds what the clip's about.
The clip's about my eldest son, Jared Houston, who went overseas to Hawaii in 2008 to compete in a pipeline contest, and then went to Australia and has worked his way up in the world rankings. He's now number 4 in the world.
Wow.
And he's sponsored by a company called Pride Bodyboards, an international company. And yeah, he makes his full-time living out of bodyboarding.
Full-time living?
Full-time living, yeah. He spends his life, he lives in Puerto Rico, he's married and has a wife and a daughter.
What more can you want? Puerto Rico, surf all day, you know? Life's good.
Look, it's a tough, I must say that, having said that, it's a very, very tough contest up there. And the last competition he was in, big one, in Canary Islands, he lost the final by 0.06 of a point. So it's very tight, it's very intense, it takes a lot of commitment, a lot of work, but they're huge opportunities in international bodyboarding.
Okay, let's have a look at the clip and let's see what bodyboarding is really about. My stomach is sore just thinking about how the oaks land on the boards. Guy, is that the deal?
Yeah, sometimes it does hurt, but like you said, fitness is a big part.
Yep.
Keeping fit also helps with that, helps with your pain.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's Angus. That seems quite intense. I mean, that's a YouTube clip. I mean, how popular has that been?
He has, in that particular clip, had about 36,000 hits within the first 10 days or so.
36,000.
Yeah.
So bodyboarding is huge internationally.
It's very big internationally, and that's really how the sponsors sell their products, how they grow the sport, and you can see from that it's not something you can play around with on Saturday afternoon. When this is intense stuff, you know, Jared has come off waves. I'm sure Wild has too, where the board has actually snapped in half.
Sure.
Because he's come down so hard.
Yeah.
And so that is really, it's an intense sport, but it's incredibly rewarding, and there's a lot of camaraderie. I mean, all over the world there are people who put people up, put South Africans up, you know, and people all over the world. So it's a wonderful camaraderie sport. People come over here, they come stay with us. In the national circuit, the Durban kids will come stay with us. Our kids stay with the Durban families, and it's a lot of a good family vibe.
So it's more of a community of what do you call yourselves? Riders, boarders?
Riders.
Riders.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a community of riders that look after each other and has each other's back kind of.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely. Bodyboarding, I'd say all the guys, all the riders, it's like one big family. Bodyboarding it's just got such a good vibe to it. Every rider is like a brother. You're never going to see a guy in the water and see him get hurt and be like, oh, but there's a good wave, I'd rather go to the good wave. Like when I'm with all the guys in the water, I never don't feel safe. Well, I don't feel like they don't have my back.
Okay, now I have two questions for you. In the clip, we saw guys using flippers.
Yes.
Number one. And number two, what about the other flipper that stands straight up that goes in? Tell me a bit about those two, quickly.
Tell about this flipper on the board.
Okay, the flippers, guys call them mainly fins, but they're fin flippers. They just help with propulsion and paddling faster and catching the waves, because when you're paddling into big waves like that, you need speed. Also, it kind of works as a rudder almost. Like a boat needs a rudder, so it just helps you stay in control and ride the wave where you want to go.
Angus, tell me about that other small little creature that plays with you with the bodyboard.
Okay, that is obviously a big fear for anybody. And obviously the tragedy of David Lilienfeld, who was killed some years ago at Cool Bay. We actually had our first competition at Cool Bay a few weeks back. And it was good to be back there. They've got shark spotters in place now. There's a lot more control, but you know, we are guests in the ocean, because the ocean belongs to the sharks. I think a lot of that's irresponsible behavior has caused a lot more presence of sharks, but be that as it may. But you know, we are out there, we just respect the sharks and obviously be as careful as one can, and it's a fear of everybody, of course, but we still do it.
But I think the upside is because you participate in winter, the sharks don't like the cold water in winter. So is that your saving grace or not really?
They're sleeping in bed.
Okay, I hope so. So when I come down in winter, it's I'll be safe.
You'll be safe, yeah.
Guys, we're wrapping up. Angus, in a nutshell, just tell me a bit quickly, how do we get hold of you guys? Where do we find you?
Okay, go onto Facebook. Western Province Bodyboarding.
Okay.
There's also a big site called 6040.coza. That's SIXTY40.co.za. That's an international bodyboarding site which has all the news and some. And obviously, you go onto YouTube, you can put in bodyboarding and you'll get 1,000 clips to watch.
Okay.
So that's how you get hold of it, or contact the local school and they will get in contact with us.
Okay. Waldo, what's next on the calendar for you?
Right now, I'm still finishing up school, so I'm limited to South Africa in terms of travel. I'm doing the national tour, which we spoke about earlier. But as soon as I finish school at the end of the year. So I've got plans to travel overseas then, and then take part in those international competitions and see how I fare overseas with the big bands.
And you think you'll crack it?
Man, I hope so. I really hope so.
I think so.
I've got good support, and I've done fairly well, in South Africa, I suppose. So it's just going over there in the right state of mind and keeping focus and doing the best I can.
Okay. Angus, you think he's got it? He's got what it takes?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's a good rider, and he's worked hard at it. You know, he's passionate about it, and he's out there every day surfing and staying fit.
Every day, dude. You need to do schoolwork as well. I mean, come on.
Well, exactly. Yes.
Is there a balance?
There is a balance. Like I said, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I did say it previously, but I'm at a homeschooling system.
Okay.
So it gives me lots of time to surf when I need to, and I do work when I need to. I do work. I put a lot. I promise. I put a lot of effort into my schoolwork. But the system I'm on does give me a lot of room to surf. So I am currently in my. I should have matriculated last year. So this year it's half a year of school and then half a year of extra travels.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Angus, lastly, what's coming up this weekend?
We've got Western Province trials.
Yep.
In the third trial, we have a series of 4 trials to choose the team for SA Champs in October, which is in Port Alfred this year. And the third trials this weekend, and the 4th one will be in the next 2 weeks.
Where's it this weekend?
We're not sure. Probably at Nordic Beach. They choose the best waves that they can, which is fortunate in the Cape because you've got different sides of the peninsula where we can get the best waves. And you go onto Facebook and you'll find us and find out where the contest is being held. And please, can people come down and just look up myself or Wilder or any of the Western people? We'd love to chat to them, tell them about it, and get to one of our clinics.
So we just need to go into Western Province Bodyboarding Facebook on Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday morning.
The venue should be up by Saturday evening or Friday evening.
Oh, so it'll be up already as early as then?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
So it's not Sunday morning, check the weather?
No. Okay, so they usually know by Friday night or Saturday what it's going to be.
Awesome. Guys, it's been good. I look forward to coming down on Sunday and playing with a board. Even just holding it.
We've got your wetsuit, your fins, and your board ready.
Don't push it.
Witnesses here.
I've got a wetsuit, but not for bodyboarding just yet. Guys, thanks guys. Thanks for coming in. We're coming to the end of the show. We've asked you in last week's show to give us your calendar. Angus has mentioned the bodyboarding trials on Sunday. Kenny's mentioned earlier about the chess happening at the waterfront on Sunday. We've got Joseph, who spoke about the basketball happening at CPUT and UCT Saturday and Sunday. On tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, there's a run in Brackenfell. as well as there's lots of other sporting events happening this weekend. Don't forget to follow up. Just lastly, every week I've decided to showcase a book. This week it's about a small little guy, some of you know, Peter de Villiers, a book called Politically Incorrect. Very interesting book. Get a copy, read it. You'll be amazed of some of the stories behind the scenes of what's happened at Western Province Rugby, SA Rugby, as well as sport in general. Topical issues that you need to be thinking about. So remember, we want to showcase your events. Send us your calendar, every week. Tonight is the last for this week. 9 o'clock next week. See you then. Have a good weekend.